Hi students, welcome to the class. So in our last class we discussed about what Ohm's law, right? Ohm's law. So many things were discussed. Electric resistance we discussed, right? So then ohmic, non-ohmic devices we discussed. Or limitations of Ohm's law we discussed. So many things we discussed, right? In our today's topic we are going to continue that one. Here conductance. Here conductance, right? So then what is conductance? What is conductance? Here the reciprocal of resistance is called conductance. So then here see conductance I am going to take C. So just conductance C ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. So there is a reciprocal of resistance. So this is the reciprocal of resistance. So reciprocal resistance ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? Conductance ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. See, so then SI unit of this conductance. SI unit of conductance. What? So that is O. Resistance ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? O ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So O macro per ohm, right? ಅಥವಾ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನೋಡಬಹುದು. So or reading as per ohm. ಇದು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? Per ohm ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಓದ್ತೀವಿ, right? So this next one, conductance. After this one, conductivity. See here what happens? Conductivity is right. See, we know already conductivity is denoted by sigma. See here conductivity is defined as the reciprocal of resistivity. Clear? Here see, so then the reciprocal of resistivity. So here sigma is equal to 1 by rho. See, this is called resistivity, sigma is called conductivity, right? So then here the reciprocal of resistivity is called as conductivity. The reciprocal of resistivity is called as what? Conductivity. So then here SI unit of conductivity. So then what happens here? So can I write 1 divided by rho? So then rho andre ಏನು? Clear? Now see here what happens here. Before we are going to this one, we have to know the resistivity. See here electric resistance is directly proportional to this resistivity. We can say resistance is directly proportional to length of that, right? Length of that conductor, and inversely proportional to area of cross section of the conductor. Right? So then when we are going to remove this one, what happens here? See, R is equal to what happens? Rho L divided by A. Clear? Now see here what happens? We want rho, we want rho. So then is equal to RA into L, RA into L. And then what happens? R resistor, ohm, A meter square, L, M cancel. So then what happens here? Ohm meter, ohm meter. So then the sign of conductivity is ohm meter, ohm meter. Clear this one? This is the SI unit of what? Conductivity. This is the SI unit of what? Conductivity. Here, see, once again, the reciprocal of resistance is called as conductance. The reciprocal of conductance and conductivity in difference. The reciprocal of resistance is called as conductance. So, C is equal to 1 by R, 1 by R, C is equal to 1 by R. Reciprocal is 3 right? So then, this is different, right? SI unit of conductor ohm per ohm ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ per resistance ಅಂದ್ರೆ ohm ರೀ ಇದರ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ per ohm ಆಗ್ತದೆ, right? So then conductivity, so conductivity is defined as here the reciprocal of the resistivity, the reciprocal of the resistivity. Here this is what? Resistivity. This is what? Resistivity. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ನಾವು? resistivity ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. So here reciprocal of resistivity is called as here what? Conductivity. Then SI unit of conductivity is ohm per meter, ohm per meter, right? After this one, see here, see, resistivity is also called, resistivity is also called specific resistance. Resistivity is also called what? Specific resistance. Specific ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ಏನಾಗೋದು? ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದು, ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಇದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಂತದ್ದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಆ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರೋಲ್ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರೋಲ್ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ resistivity. This is the resistivity, right? After this one, we are going to discuss. So see here, resistivity of conductor depends on. See here, first, nature of the conductor, second one, temperature, right? See, resistivity ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ? ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್. ನಮಗೆ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ? ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗಾರೆ ಇರೋದು, ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಏನ್ರಿ? ನೇಚರ್. ಅದರ ನೇಚರ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? And another one, so here material, which kind of material it is? ಎಂತ material ಇರ್ತದೆ, right? So these three are the, so depends what? Resistivity, conductor resistivity. Clear this one, right? So after this one, now we are going to discuss what is the difference between resistivity and resistance. And define, and ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Difference between ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ one by one ನೋಡ್ಕೊತೀವಿ, right? So see here, difference between resistance and resistivity. Difference between resistance and resistivity. See, we already discussed these two, resistance and resistivity, right? Now see here, first one, what again? Resistance is the ratio of V and I. How do you put it? In ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ discussion V is equal to IR ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ I is equal to V by I ಆಯ್ತು, R is equal to V by I ಆಯ್ತು. Clearly? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? Resistance is the ratio of V and I. What definition ಬರ್ದಿದ್ರಿ ನಾನು, right? So ಇದು ನನ್ನ first difference. Right, ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರ್ರಿ. Resistivity of material of conductor is equal to the resistance of the conductor having unit length and unit area. Now see here, this resistance is equal to rho L divided by A. Rho L divided by A. Now see, rho is equal to R, right? A, right? Divided by L. Right? Now see, having resistance of the material of the conductor is equal to the resistance of the conductor. How the resistance of the conductor having unit length and unit area. So directly proportional to ಎದಕ್ಕೆ equal to ಎದಕ್ಕೆ resistance ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಎದಕ್ಕೆ resistance and ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಏರಿಯಾ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಾ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಲೆಂತ್ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತ್ರಿ? ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್, ರೈಟ್? ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರೀತೀರಿ? ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್. ಅದೇ ನಾ ರೋ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ರೋ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So then it depends on dimensions of the conductor, that is length and area of cross section. ಹೌದ್ರಿ, ನಾ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ R is directly proportional to L, R is inversely proportional to area. ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಎದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೆಂತ್ ಮತ್ತು ಏರಿಯಾ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿದೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ರಿ it does not depend on dimension of the conductor. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮನೆಯಾಗ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ರಿ ನಮಗೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ? ಸೊ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತ್ರಿ? ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತ್ರಿ. ಹೆಂಗೈತೆ ಅದ್ರ ನೇಚರ್ ಹೆಂಗೈತಿ, ಹೆಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ನನಗೆ? ಯಾವ ನೇಚರ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ನಾ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತನ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಏನು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಓಮ್ ರೀ, ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಓಮ್ ರೀ, ಇದ್ರ SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಓಮ್ ಪರ್, ಇದು ಓಮ್ ಮೀಟರ್, ಇದ್ರ SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ರೀ ಓಮ್ ಮೀಟರ್, ಇದ್ರ SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಓಮ್ ಮೀಟರ್ ರೀ, ಇದ್ರ SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಓಮ್ ರೀ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ resistivity, right? Right. After this one, based on the resistivity, so materials are going to be three types divided. So materials are going to be divided in three types. So resistivity, depend on resistivity, materials are going to be divided into three types. One is conductors, second one is semiconductors, which one? Semiconductors. Third one is insulators, right? Now we are going to discuss one by one. So here materials are classified based on resistivity. First one, conductors, right? Here conductors are very low what having resistivity materials, right? So here conductors are having very low resistivity. Conductors are having very low resistivity materials, right? So the range is 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter to 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter. 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter to 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter, right? So for example, in kodvodina metals, for example metals, right? What the way? So here ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ materials based ಒಳಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ resistivity based ನಾಗ materials ನ ಮೂರು ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೈತ್ರಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಇನ್ಸುಲೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಸೆಮಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತೈತ್ರಿ, ರೈಟ್ ರೀ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ದು resistivity ಬೇಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತ್ರಿ, ಸೊ ಇವು ಎಂತ resistivity ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆರಿ ಲೋ resistivity ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತಾವ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಏನ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಇರ್ತೈತ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 10 raised to minus 8 to 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter ಇರ್ತೈತ್ರಿ. 10 raised to minus 8 to 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter ಇರ್ತೈತ್ರಿ, right? So second one, so examples metals, examples in metals. Next semiconductors like carbons, silicon having the resistivity in the range of 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter to 10 raised to 4. So ಇವಕ್ಕೂ ರೇಂಜ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಂದ್ರೆ 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter ಇಂದ 10 raised to plus 4 ohm meter ಇರ್ತೈತೆ. 10 raised to plus 4 ohm meter ಇರ್ತೈತೆ, ರೈಟ್ ರೀ. ಸೊ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ಸ್, ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ಸ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವ್ರಿ, ಸೆಮಿಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವ್ರಿ, ಸೆಮಿಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ, ಈ ರೇಂಜ್ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್, ರೈಟ್. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ that those are insulators, right? Here insulates are having the range, their range is 10 raised to 5 ohm meter to 10 raised to 10 ohm meter. 10 raised to 5 ohm meter to 10 raised to 16 ohm meter. Sorry, 16 ohm meter. 10 raised to 16 ohm meter. So these are the insulators range. Here is the insulators range. Right. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ceramic, rubber, plastics. So rubber, right? Ceramic, plastic. So these are the examples for what? Insulators. You ನಮಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ insulator example, right? ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ. So range ಏನಿದೆ 10 raised to 5 to 10 raised to 6 meter. Conductors, semiconductors, insulators. Conductors, semiconductors, insulators. So low resistivity ಹೊಂದವಂತ ಯಾವ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ conductors. ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ, right? So after that one, temperature dependence on resistivity. See, here what happens, we know already rho is equal to m divided by ne square tau. Rho is equal to what? m ne square by ne square tau. So ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂತ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿವಿ, j is equal to sigma into e ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿವಿ. J is equal to ಏನಂತ ಮಾಡಿವಿ, sigma into e ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿವಿ. Here this sigma is called conductivity of that material. Right? See here sigma is equal to the value of what resistivity, the value of resistivity. If I am going to put down, the value of this one, in this case, what happened? 1 divided by n e square tau divided by m. N e square tau divided by m. So then what happens here? Sigma is equal to what? M divided by n e square. N e square. Sigma is equal to m divided by n e square. Right? So this is the value of what? Rho. This is the value of rho. Right? So in this case, what happened? Here m is mass. M is mass. Right? So n is mass of electron. Mass of electron. Right? N is number of electrons per unit area. Right? So here E is charge of electron. Here E is charge of electron, and what? Tau is relaxation time. Tau is what here? Relaxation time. Right? ಈ tau ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಮಾಸ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. n ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? n is number of electrons per unit area ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And what here? E is what? Charge of electron. E is charge of electron. So tau is relaxation time. Tau is what here? Relaxation time. Right? So then see here how this resistivity going to be depends on temperature. Temperature dependence of resistivity. So resistivity ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ temperature dependence ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ, temperature ದ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ our rho is equal to m divided by n e square divided by tau. M is m divided by n e square by tau. Right? So there is a derivation. So that derivation is going to be discussed in our next class. So that is temperature dependence of so many materials we discussed. What? So that is what? Metals means conductors. Right? So in conductors, how the resistivity is depending on temperature. Right? So we discussed the range also. Right? Temperature range is also clear. So here in metals, what is the range? In metals, what is the range, and how the resistivity is going to be dependence on temperature. Right? In semiconductors, right? In semiconductors also, how the resistivity or temperature dependence on resistivity. How the temperature dependence on resistivity, because resistivity is a change of materials. Change of what? Materials. Materials ಗೆ resistivity ಏನೈತಿ? Changing. Clear my point? So then another one thing, after semiconductors, in insulators, right? Insulators are having more range. So that is a 10 raised to what? 5 to 10 raised to 16. So this is a very high range ohmmeter or high range resistivity in insulators. So one by one we are going to discuss. So some graphs are there, some derivations are there, right? So we are going to discuss these all the metals, what metal means, conductors, semiconductors and insulators, how the temperature dependence of what? Resistivity. We are discussing one by one. Right? So up to ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. up to ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. So day after tomorrow or today, the date is 5. I'm going to give the date to 9th. So 9th or 8th, of most probably 9th. The 9th date I am going to give an exam of second chapter, from second chapter. So ನಾ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನಾಗ ಒಂದು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೋತೀನಿ, that is 20 marks test. That is 20 marks test. ಸೊ ನಾ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನಾಗ 20 marks ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೋತೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಬಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಬಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ 20 marks test up to what, electric potential and capacitance, electrostatic potential and capacitance ನಾಗ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಇವಾಗ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್. ನಾನು ಮರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನೋ ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಏನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೀವು ಬಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ, ಹಾಕ್ತೀನೋ ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ನೀವು ಮಾತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್, ರೈಟ್, ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು, ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು 9th ಡೇಟಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಇನ್ನು 4 ದಿನ ಟೈಮ್ ಐತಿ, ಓದ್ಕೋರಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸಿಂಗ್ this all concept in tomorrow's class, right?